All right, we are live for another edition of the TriPOD. And I love that name. Every time I say I love the name because it's Tri is three of us and podcast. I mean, come on. Come on.
Big brain, bro.
Gotta think about that. But welcome back into another edition of the TriPOD. Today, I'm going to be hosting here on my channel. Obviously, if you guys are watching this, I'm Kid Blue. To the next to me over here is OGR, and the hub is right below. These are the co-hosts for the TriPOD. We have a special guest, Lauren from SheGotSports. We're still waiting on her. She should be in here soon. But what's going on, guys?
I'm doing freaking fantastic. I mean, what can I say? And we'll get into the scrimmage here soon, but we didn't learn a lot. Put it that way.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not. I don't really care too much about it. But go ahead, Hub.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yo, what's up, everybody? Shout out to Afghanistan, Edward Chan, G-Man409. I'm gonna keep saying that he was my giveaway winner. I want to see a picture with you and that hat, bro. Steven Evans, everybody in the channel, how y'all doing? Back with another episode, and to kind of go off of what you and OGR said, yeah. I mean, I didn't finish my video yet, but literally I kid you not, the very first thing I say in the recording of my video is, so that was a disappointment. That's the very first thing I said.
Yeah. Okay, so we got Lauren in here. All right, so we got our special guest, Lauren from SheGotSports.
I already like her. She's drinking coconut water.
Oh, man, coconut water. Yeah, OGR's with that too. What's going on, Lauren?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Try the Vita pressed coconut if you're going to do Vita.
The which one?
The Vita press. You have the Vita brand name, VITA?
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah. Oh, do the pressed coconut.
So we were literally just talking. We were like, all right, so we don't know if you saw the scrimmage, right? We're basically like, that was the biggest disappointment I've had in a while. For me, it was a waste of like 20 minutes because even though the video was like 40, only about 20 of those 40 minutes was actual football. What did you think about the scrimmage?
Yeah, so honestly, I didn't see like the full thing. I was kind of just watching highlights on Twitter and reading stuff after. But Lorenzo Carter, though, that was a bright spot. Yeah.
Lorenzo Carter.
I kind of wish we saw more from Daniel Jones, but I don't know. I'm trying to just be like, oh, it's a scrimmage, but I'm also like, well, it's a scrimmage, so like maybe no fumbles and stuff. So yeah.
He did have a fumble, right?
Yeah, I mean,
the rulings were weird.
I watched the whole video. I don't know if the Giants were just trying not to show the fumble, but I didn't see the fumble. Like I saw.
No, they didn't show it at all. They literally did not show the fumble.
So I don't know if they were just trying to hide it, but like
and there was like
I kind of wanted to see.
Lorenzo Carter apparently had like a strip sack, but it like didn't count. But it like should have been. I read
this man had like I know they listed him as like 4 sacks, but he actually had like 4.5. Because Friday night when it happened, I was on Twitter following the beat reporters and retweeting everything. Every single beat reporter said he had 4.5 sacks. So I don't know why they took away that half a sack for some reason. And I think that half a sack might have been the strip fumble sack.
Yeah, I don't know. But that scrimmage was so disappointing. On top of it, the Giants cameramen were so terrible. I mean, a lot of people were saying that, they were just trying to hide the plays or whatever. I don't believe that at all. I think they're bad at their job.
Bro. All you need to rebut that argument is
the preseason. I mean, they were like panned up on Daniel Jones the whole time. And when Daniel Jones got sacked, I'm like, okay, I didn't see anything. The big offensive linemen were in the way. I didn't see a thing. So, yeah.
Yo, speaking of good camera work, though, listen. So I just put out a skit, I'm going to shamelessly plug that real quick. Go to my channel, right? Check out that skit. All right, I'm done with the shameless plug, but I agree with you.
All right, wait, before you guys go check out that video, wait until the podcast or live is over before you don't leave and check the video. It is a good video. I will second that.
No, but I agree with KB, literally every single play. I didn't like 2 things. I didn't like the camera work because, like you said, it was either zoomed in on Daniel Jones or it was zoomed in on Wayne Gallman. For some reason, not that much in Saquon. And then they would cut immediately as the play is happening. For example, on the Wayne Gallman touchdown, all you saw for the first 5 seconds is Daniel Jones. It cuts, and then all of a sudden, Wayne Gallman is like halfway down the field.
Yeah, Wayne Gallman's gone. Like
he's already halfway down the field. And then the other thing I didn't like was the pacing. They didn't show sequential plays. They showed like plays that were like 6 plays after each other. Like all of a sudden they just got a 1st and 10, and next thing you know, they're in the red zone on the very next clip. It's like the pacing was off too. Just everything was trash. I'm gonna keep it real. It was trash.
They spent so much more time talking to the damn Giants scout than showing the Giants game. Like they're talking to Dave Gettleman, the Giants scout. Joe Judge had like 4 interviews. Why do we need Joe Judge to speak for 10 minutes each 4 times? I don't know. But yeah, it was bad. I hope other teams' scrimmages were better than the Giants, because that would be so sad.
Yeah, we got BBS Senior in the house, bro, and he has a pretty good comment as well. He says that many sacks only means not so good O-line getting beat on the moves. See, now I'm kind of torn apart on that. I'm gonna ask, I guess, all y'all opinions on it. We could start with Lauren and get to KB and then OGR. For one, it's like I think the offense messed up so much because it was so vanilla that they didn't really have any type of complex plays involved. So that's why I think it could be partially as to why they gave up so many sacks, but also they had a lot of one-on-one situations with tight ends versus outside linebackers, which the outside linebacker is always going to win. So what do you guys think about that? I'll go to Lauren and then KB and then OGR.
Just about the offense and why they struggled?
Yeah.
I mean, like what I was saying before, I'm like, yeah, I would have liked to see Daniel Jones do better. But then, like, I feel like you can look at it as, oh, it's a scrimmage from two sides. Like, oh, it's a scrimmage. Don't overhype his performance, which I guess was him last year in the preseason. And then you can also look at it like, oh, it's a preseason game or like a scrimmage. Don't worry about him struggling. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't Saquon working with Colt McCoy in the backfield also, right?
Yeah,
I didn't
Saquon
see that
was
part,
working with the first, second, and third teams for some reason.
Like, I'm just looking at it like, oh, it was a scrimmage. Like, they just put the clips on TV. Like, I'm just not looking into it too much. Maybe I should be. I don't know. But, like, I feel like because the offense struggled, like, I'm trying to be like, oh, it's a scrimmage. Don't worry about it. Especially because the defense, especially that secondary also isn't great. So,
yeah.
Kind of not what I expected.
Surprisingly did pretty well, yeah.
I completely agree. I'm not taking too much stock in this game. I know Lorenzo Carter had his great game and Daniel Jones had his fumble. First off, the offensive line, I don't even think they were playing as nasty as you would like them to. I think, because of this vanilla offense and it's a scrimmage game. They're not treating it as a real game as much as they would like to think so. Lorenzo Carter was able to get to the backfield. So I'm not going to sit here and think that Lorenzo Carter is going to get 4 sacks against the Steelers Monday night,
Yo, I kid you not, bro. I was on Twitter and I literally saw, and I know they're joking, but the fact that it's there is very funny to me. Somebody tweeted out Lorenzo Carter is greater than LT. I was like, I got to retweet this just for the fun. Yeah.
LT? We're talking about LC now. LC, 59.
Number 56? Nah, bro. 59 is 59. Greater than 56.
Turn the sticks upside down to 9 now. Yeah, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Lauren for coming on. Thank you for coming on. If you want to introduce yourself, just for anybody that isn't familiar with your channel, so you can go ahead and plug yourself.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey guys, I'm Lauren. I run the YouTube page SheGotSports. Been doing it for a few years. I do mostly football and basketball stuff, lots of Giants stuff as well. I've been kind of lacking on my Giants stuff, though, to be honest. But
understandable.
Yeah, Giants every week, you'll see a reaction. They're usually sad, which has been kind of unfortunate. But, yeah, that's my channel, just sports and fun stuff. And I'm also learning how to throw a football right now. And I'm trying to show people how I'm learning.
I see.
Yo, Lauren, I don't know if you remember this, but one of my very first videos was the Odell Beckham trade reaction, and you actually commented on that. That was way back when everybody was just sad about the Odell Beckham trade reaction.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I remember I was like, yo, I got one of the big Giants YouTubers to comment on my thing. That was my reaction at the time.
It's a small world.
What did I say? I have to. That was a while ago. I mean, I wonder what I said. I was probably like, I'm sad too or something.
Yeah, I think now we're all on a different train now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So let's read off the chat. What's going on, Afghanistan? What's going on, YTC? What's going on, Crazy Omar? Mike Nixon. Mike Nixon seems to take a liking to you, Lauren.
Yeah, I don't know if you see Mike Nixon's comments.
Wait, I don't know how you guys are seeing the chat.
Are you in StreamYard right now?
The YouTube app.
If you're looking at us in StreamYard, right on the right side, there's the comment section.
Yeah, you could.
I was in the
private chat, and then there's comments.
Yeah,
okay, look at that technology. Look at that.
I'll just show this guy. I always forget to put this up. Mike Nixon says, "KB, is she single? She's super cute." Well,
that's like the third time he commented that.
Yeah, I think you have a new subscriber, Lauren. I think you have a new subscriber.
Word OGR, yo, we never got OGR's thoughts on that, bro. We just kind of went off. OGR, speak, man.
It's okay. You guys can talk. It's a new face. We want to get to know her opinion. We all know our opinions. We didn't learn anything. I mean, the offensive line, yeah, it didn't play well, but it didn't play well in the pass. In the run, it opened up holes. So, I mean, and Zeitler played well. Hernandez played well. Even KB's buddy Gates, when he wears that jersey next week when it comes in, played well. It's only really the tackle spots that really struggled. And I expect them to struggle. Somebody like Matt Pert, Thomas, and even Fleming at times struggled. I expect to see that. Fleming has never started in the NFL unless forced to. So,
right. This time with the Patriots, he had to be thrown in there.
And the Giants moved the ball between the 20s very well. They just didn't put it into the end zone, which was the same problem the Giants had last year. We were constantly setting for field goals, but obviously we have a field goal kicker who hit 3 last night, and that's a positive you can talk about right now.
Hey, man. Graham Gano is he's a real deal. Let me get to the super chat real quick. We'll talk about that. So, PTA Sports with the $5 donation. He says, "Sup, guys? SheGotSports is in the house. The other 3 are okay, I guess." PTA, what's going on, man? PTA Sports. But yeah, man, Graham Gano. I mean, he might have been a blessing in disguise. I know it was all unfortunate situation.
Bro, was it really in disguise though?
What I'm saying is Aldrick Rosas' situation. It was unfortunate. I don't think anybody wanted that to happen, but it kind of forced us to go out and get somebody who's pretty much a surefire kicker. Aldrick Rosas is hit or miss. He can have a good year. He can have a Pro Bowl year. Might as well do away with that. And we got, Graham Gano in the building now. So I'll get your thoughts on that. I mean, he hit all 3 field goals 2 days ago. And in the practice in training camp, he was like 100% so far. I don't think he's missed a kick so far in training.
He missed 1 in practice, but other than that, he's basically 99%.
Yeah.
I'm just going to interject and interject the Celtics real quick. Because John Doe's in the chat, and he was talking all kinds of shit to me last night.
Yo, John Doe was really,
and guess what? My Celtics spanked that ass, and guess what? We're going to beat you in 5.
Yo, John Doe was coming at OGR's neck last night, bro, on stream. He was really saying the Raptors were about to just stop.
So is he a Raptors fan?
John Doe's a Raptors fan, yeah.
Well, the Raptors got waxed, and there were some times I was watching again. There were some times where I thought the Raptors would come back. I'm like, oh, they lowered it to 10, but no, that wasn't gonna happen.
So on Graham Gano, bro, can first of all, before I get to Gano, can we just appreciate the fact that KC Crater, our new long snapper, just had beautiful snaps all game, all scrimmage long, I guess I should say, man. Every single snap, fast, firm, nice spiral, amazing. And then Graham Gano, every single kick straight down the middle, bro. Not one of them swayed back or forth, just straight down the middle. He had the power and the accuracy. Yo, I love the fact that he's our kicker.
Yeah, I love the special teams unit. It's probably going to be one of our it's sad to say, but it's probably going to be one of our strong points on next year in 2020. But I did want to shift the conversation to Daniel Jones, because obviously he's our quarterback, and the Twitter world is exploding right now because he fumbled once when he was being pressured constantly because the offensive line was absolutely terrible. I mean, 4 sacks by 1 pass rusher in the first half is kind of bad. So, I mean, at some point, something's got to give. I mean, I'm not as too concerned as probably most people are. I don't really take anything into account. I know a lot of people on this side, on one side say, hey, it was a scrimmage. You're barely being touched and you're out here fumbling the ball. I understand that side. But then there's also the side of, hey, you let this guy through 4 times in the first half. I mean, something's got to happen. So I guess I'll start with Lauren and your thoughts on Daniel Jones. Are you concerned about his fumbling issue still being there?
Well, I was reading something today, and it was talking about the fumbles and kind of like how he was holding the ball a little low, kind of by his waist.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, that concerns me a little bit. Maybe it was just a one-time thing, Maybe it was just that play, because we all heard he's been working on his, fumble, what is it called? Ball control, fumble control, ball control, and not fumbling and putting on muscle and all of that. So
ball security.
Yeah, ball security. I just blanked on the word. But I mean, yeah, again, because it was a scrimmage, I'm not freaking out over it, but still, I'm just like, it's because that's his biggest knock, and that's what everyone is gonna say who doesn't watch the Giants too. Is gonna be like, oh, Daniel Jones isn't good because he fumbles all the time. So I just hope the fumbles stop, just so we can stop hearing that, because everyone's like, well, I guess he's good, but he fumbles so much, so he's not good. So
right,
if he could just stop fumbling for the haters, that would be great. For the haters.
For the haters. What about you, OGR?
So we all know this. I always make this comparison. Carson Wentz fumbled 16 times last year. Did we hear anything about Carson Wentz having a fumbling issue? He's fumbled over 40 times in his career. Have we heard anything about Carson Wentz having a fumbling issue?
That's a good point.
We haven't heard anything because they win. If you win, nobody says anything. If you lose, you've lost the most games in the last 3 years out of any franchise. This is what you're going to hear. So at the end of the day, we listen to Joe Judge. And he said he liked 99% of what's going on. The only bad thing he had to say was Daniel Jones' fumble. And it's something that can be corrected, that I believe he will correct. And it's one fumble in a scrimmage. Have we heard anything about him fumbling in any other scrimmage or any other practice?
Right.
I know they're not allowed to hit the quarterback, but they can still strip the football. That's an option. So right now, I'm okay with it. We'll see. I think people are making too big of a deal of it. But hey, we're used to it as Giants fans. Everything with the Giants is overblown because we're supposed to go 2-14 according to ESPN. So, all right, Hub.
I mean, OGR basically took the words right out of my mouth, bro. First of all, I was going to point out the same Joe Judge quote. He literally said, listen, man, I love 99% of what I saw there.
Oh, is that the video where he said, hey? Sorry.
Yeah, that's the video where he said, hey. Yeah, I like that too. He's just like, I don't know why. Just saying hey, it sounds way better than just going over and calling Daniel. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, though I can't go out here and completely say I'm not just at the very least interested as to how you fumble in a two-hand touch situation. I want to know how that happened. What in the world? Because let's be honest, there was no live tackling. So did this man get nervous?
Bad for the Giants not to include it in the damn highlight. Like that's a defensive highlight.
Yeah, exactly. You know? That's 100%. It goes back to what you said, bro. This man probably straight up just dropped the ball or something, like literally, for them to not include it in the highlights. Because how do you fumble in a two-hand such situation? But yeah, man, it's like OGR said, 99% of the stuff was good, and he brought up a really good point. You never heard this man fumbling in any practices and whatnot. But I will say I am concerned about the fact that there was a lot of drop passes by receivers, which they didn't show in the highlights out. Or you got that from Giants beat reporters, and the fact they could not move the ball inside the red zone at all. They could not move. Once they got inside the red zone, the offense just stalled out. So I am concerned about that.
Except for Cooper Rush, baby. Cooper
Rush and Wayne Gallman. That connection was going last night.
Cooper Rush is a sleeper for to be a decent backup quarterback in the league, man. Everybody, all the Cowboys fans were saying, all right, quick super chat real quick. I'll read this off real quick. YTC with a $2 donation. He says, all Washington fans do is bring up fumbles. Well, that's all they can bring up. They have nothing left. Okay,
bro, they literally have Dwayne Trashkins as their quarterback, and Trashkins is about to be replaced by comeback story of the year, bro, Alex Smith. This man's about to come back and take his job.
Listen, they don't have anything left. They even lost their name. Okay, they lost their name too. All right. So
yo, what is Luwan on, bro? Luwan is like, I can't listen to this negativity.
Nothing but positive the entire night.
I would say we're being pretty. I would say we're like defending Daniel Jones here. I mean,
listen, man, you want to hear some positivity?
Yeah,
go over to my skit. That's all.
But not now.
Keep plugging the skit. Yeah, listen, my one big thing is I don't want Daniel Jones to be like Jameis Winston, right? Jameis Winston will throw for 5,000 yards, but he'll always choke a game by dropping the ball, throwing an interception, and just getting careless with the football. I just hope, like, this doesn't concern me. The scrimmage doesn't concern me, but the regular season does, and we're facing some crazy pass rushers in the first 8 weeks of the season, pretty much the whole season, but the first 8 weeks is pretty damn bad. And with this young offensive line, 3 new starters on the line, I am a little concerned. I mean, I don't want Daniel Jones to put up great numbers, throw for 4,500 yards and have, another 20 fumbles or, 15, 16, 17 interceptions. That's my only fear. I just don't want Jameis Winston I just don't want Daniel Jones to become Jameis Winston, and then he won't be our franchise quarterback. So
Bradley got a question for SheGotSports, if you could highlight.
Okay, all right. So Bradley says, SheGotSports, what is your reaction to what Thomas did versus Josh Allen? I know I'm so annoying about it.
Listen, bro, it's because Kylie asks this every stream, but you're not annoying because it's an amazing video.
Have you seen that college? Have you seen that college highlight of Andrew Thomas throwing Josh Allen off the camera screen?
I saw him versus Chase Young, and what was it? I don't know if it was like the senior like high school game or
it was a high school game. Yeah, I seen that one. Mm-hmm.
I saw that video, but what was the
you cut off there real quick.
You good? You good?
Yeah, she's good.
Did I cut out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cut out real quick. You're
What's
good.
the last thing you heard me say?
I heard it was what?
Yeah, I heard what, and then it cut out.
Okay, yeah. So what I was saying, I saw the video versus Chase Young, but I don't think I've seen the one versus Josh Allen. What is that one?
Well,
which one is that?
Yeah, the
Josh Allen.
This is Josh Allen. This is Josh Allen. My hand is Andrew Thomas, literally outside the screen, bro.
Oh, wow. I have to look that up after.
So what happened was Josh Allen tried a little speed move, tried to get around the quarterback, and Andrew Thomas wasn't having it. He literally took his one hand, his one arm, and swiped him off the TV screen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I gotta look that up after.
Just threw him off the screen, and that's the one play I saw that says, "Yep, that's the guy."
Listen, bro, he might struggle within the first 6 to 8 weeks just because of the situation, but this man, I still expect him to dominate against Chase Young when we go up against Washington, because Chase Young is also
he's familiar. Yeah, bless me.
Thank you.
He's familiar with Chase Young. He's known him since high school pretty much. Lauren talked about that high school tape. He did go against him in some sort of like elite type of like.
Basically, the football version of like the McDonald's game or something.
Yeah.
Was it like the U.S. Army?
Right.
Oh, Mr. YTC coming in clutch with another super
YTC with another $2 donation. He's one of my one of my greatest subscribers as well.
Oh, you should highlight it.
Oh yeah. I always forget that. I'm on StreamYard. But yeah, thank you so much, Mr. YTC. Says DJ is gonna be everything Andrew Luck could have been. But the thing,
they're not really that similar.
They're not similar. I think Andrew Luck never turned over the ball, though, right? I mean, Andrew Luck was so conservative with the ball and extremely accurate. Listen, if Daniel Jones does that, if Daniel Jones becomes more secure with the ball, he was able to secure the ball more, he can be a great quarterback. We've all seen it. His decision making, his accuracy, his ability to throw downfield. I mean, it's all there. It's just a matter of him with the turnovers. Because like I said, Jameis Winston has all the talent in the world. He just keeps turning over the ball, and that's why they don't win.
I mean, listen, apparently Jameis was throwing blind the entire time. He finally got LASIK eye surgery this offseason, so that's something.
Yeah, he got the eye surgery, so that was the reason. Calvin out here with a pretty good comment. He says, as a Cardinals fan, I think Kyler Murray fumbled 16 times last year, only 2 less than Daniel Jones. Our rookie QBs need to improve, but also they need a chance to learn. I couldn't agree more. I like what you said there, Calvin, because Calvin, I believe, is a Cardinals fan. So I like what he said there. And yeah, we're going to be hearing the comparison of Kyler Murray and Daniel Jones for probably the rest of their careers. But
it's going to be interesting because Kyler Murray got all the weapons, but in my opinion, not so much of an offensive line. And Daniel Jones has what could be a great offensive line if they got time to develop, but his weapons are, they I
was trying to highlight a comment here. OGR Dollar Beers showing you some love.
Hey, that's that natty ice, bro.
OGR, speak. Hey, I actually have a quick. It's not so much breaking news. It's not like he's tested with the Giants or gone through any COVID call. But according to Schwartz of the
and a couple other beat reporters, not just Schwartz.
Yeah. So according to Schwartz of the New York Post, it sounds like this Logan Ryan thing to the Giants has some sort of fluidity to it.
Oh, really?
I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Yeah. Hey, now
I'm not crazy about it, but the rumors seem stronger than just.
It wasn't just Paul Schwartz out there. I saw somebody else, another Giants beat reporter, sent out a tweet today, and they were like, "With the price of Logan Ryan going down, the Giants might be more in on him than they were before."
Let me tell you something. I am very excited about this because the Giants consider about bringing him in. They're obviously not talking big contracts, so they're prepared to pretty much underpay him because, in my opinion, Logan Ryan.
Sorry.
Thank you. In my opinion, okay. In my opinion, Logan Ryan's a $10 million defensive back, and the Giants probably have like $10 million in cap space, so they're not giving him that. They're probably going to give him $3 to $4 million. So if we can get a $10 million defensive back for $3 to $4 million, I'm okay with that. And
the thing is, right, no matter how cheap he is, I will always ask the same question. All right, then he's coming in. He's going to play slot. Are you putting Darnay on the outside then?
I thought he wants to play safety though.
Yeah, he's a safety now. So we
lost McKinney going down. This kind of could make more sense.
Right. Yeah. He's
might happen then.
Because remember with the Patriots, he was thrown all the way all around too. You know, he was playing some outside, he was playing some slot. With the Tennessee Titans, though, he was mostly playing slot. Just because he's getting older in his
career. It would make sense to put him over there at safety and bring Love down as the outside corner.
I wouldn't mind it. Mind it. Keep Darnay where he's at. You know, that's a strong point. Darnay played really well in the scrimmage.
Listen, man, Darnay, I fully expect him to be the rookie that translate, I guess, the easiest from college to NFL out of the rookies we got.
I love Andrew Thomas, and I want him to be the best rookie, but I have a feeling Darnay Holmes is probably going to be the best rookie this year in the class. But, you know, if we bring in Logan Ryan, man, that's some good news, man. And especially we have Logan Ryan, then Xavier McKinney comes back, and then you just have all these talented defensive backs and, you know, up to Patrick Graham how to use these guys.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's Patrick Graham. I said it, and I was like, because I was a big proponent of that three safety system of Love, McKinney, and Peppers. Yeah. If we're bringing in Ryan, you make a lot of sense. It would be best to put him over there as the over-the-top safety because he could actually do it. I think he could do it better than McKinney as a deep, midfielder type of safety rather than compared to Love or anybody else. Because a lot of people have been saying, we should definitely try out Julian Love instead of Corey Ballantyne at that second outside cornerback spot.
Well, one thing I will say, and this is a good comment here by Nerding Out Sports, shout out to him. I'm all for it. Ryan can play multiple positions in the secondary, allows Love to be cornerback 2 on the depth chart. Exactly what you said there, Hub. One thing I will, just to play devil's advocate, I honestly think last year when comparing the two cornerbacks, Julian Love and Corey Ballantyne, I love Julian Love. Don't get me wrong. I was excited when we drafted him, but Corey Ballantyne seemed better on the outside. And I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if that's just the preseason games, but when I seen Corey Ballantyne out there, I thought he did a lot better than Julian Love. Julian Love just seemed lost sometimes, but hopefully, Julian Love finds a home because he's an extremely talented player. I hope he finds a niche somewhere, finds himself a position. Luan says defense will be fine. Defense will be fine. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. No matter what happens, no matter who we sign, defense.
Hey, man, listen, my 2020 expectations video, I said the defense is going to be average, which is very much a huge improvement from going basically bottom 20 to an average defense. That's a bigger improvement than people realize.
That's a good thing to throw around the table as well. What do you guys think the rankings for the offense and defense will be? Just kind of like a ballpark range. I'll start with myself. I probably think the offense is probably going to be somewhere around the top 10, in my honest opinion. If that offensive line shapes up, I think the sky's the limit for the skill position, for those guys to put in some work. But as far as the defense goes, I'd probably say top 20. So top 10 for the offense, top 20 for the defense. I'll go to OGR now.
No, I should go to Lauren because she hasn't spoken.
Go ahead, Lauren.
All right. For offense, I would probably say like middle of the pack, maybe like 15, 16, that area. And then defense, I don't know, because I'm concerned about the secondary. But I don't know, the defensive line, I think is really promising. Yeah. So I'll go like 17. I just think week 1 is going to be a huge test. Because the Steelers have a bunch of like decent wide receivers. So the secondary is really going to have to – it's really going to be – it's not like they just have one stud. They drafted Chase Claypool too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's who I was like just double checking that. They have Chase Claypool, Juju. Like
somebody they added in this offseason that a lot of people are forgetting about is Eric Ebron, who is a really, really good tight end.
Yeah.
He's there too. Mm-hmm.
That's like week 1. Depending on how they play week 1, like that's gonna be. I feel like that's gonna. I mean, not to overreact week 1, obviously, but I think that's gonna be a decent test right out the gate.
All
right, so this is gonna sound weird coming from me because I've been the guy since January that are saying we're gonna be a top 10, top 5 offense, and I'm like, yo, this is the year the offense clicks, bro. We're gonna be top 10. All we need to do in the offseason is fix the defense, and then we're Super Bowl contenders. That's basically been my stance since January. But I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. Because of the way the offseason has gone so far, and because I know that the offensive line is going to struggle for the first 6 to 8 weeks, I'm going to settle right around top 15 type of offense. So I'm saying top 15 to top 10 right there. That's middle of the pack to being one of the best. Defensive wise, though, I'm still going to say an average defense. So basically average, so like 15 to 20 in the range for the defense, since we're talking specifically rankings, and then 15 to 10 for the offense.
Yeah, I still think the defense is just going to struggle so much. OGR?
All right, so I'm going to go 13th on offense, and I'm going to go 18th on defense. I'm just going to get right down to the nitty-gritty. Right? Top 15 shit, just right down to the nitty-gritty.
The specifics, I love it. There must be some calculations going on in your head there. But, yeah, Lauren brought up a good point. With the Steelers game, that's a really good test for the Giants to see how well this team is developing. And, you know, I'm all for facing tough competition to try to, sharpen the team up a little bit. You know, they have a very strong defensive line. They're like top in the league as far as their like collective front seven goes. And to face off against this offensive line is going to be a huge test for Andrew Thomas, whether he's facing Cameron Hayward, Bud Dupree, you name it, TJ Watt. Doesn't matter who it is. It's going to be a test for Andrew Thomas and whoever the hell starts.
I like Dollar Baby's thing, because obviously that's the big news today too.
Yeah, Dollar Beers. He said
Dollar Baby.
Dollar Baby.
Thoughts on Vikings acquiring Yanick for a second and 50? You think we should have pulled the trigger for that price? So listen, I saw this like on Twitter today, and then after I just saw a bunch of Giants, like I guess you should say Giants Twitter, just trashing Dave Gettleman, and I'm like, what does Gettleman have to do with this? What is with Giants?
They're comparing it to the Leonard Williams price,
bro.
Yeah, they're comparing it to the Leonard Williams price.
It's two completely different things, man. Two completely different off seasons. Listen, I'm not surprised that he went for that, because he wasn't going to go for a first after he basically stayed with the Jaguars the entire offseason. He wasn't going to go for a first. Second and fifth is basically what I think he's worth at this point, and I'm not really surprised he went to the Vikings either, because they just let go of Everson Griffin.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it for the Vikings. I think that's a perfect fit for the Vikings. I mean, I know he plays multiple 3-4, 4-3, but I think his niche is the 4-3, and they lose out on their veteran defensive end, and now they plug him in with a younger guy there. So as far as the Giants goes, I don't really care for Yanick Ngakoue too much anymore. I really wanted Yanick Ngakoue at some point, but remember, he's gonna have to get paid at some point. And we have Leonard Williams, and I can understand why Giants Twitter was going on, because they probably didn't want Leonard Williams to be tagged, instead rescind his tag and take Yanick Ngakoue instead. I mean, I could see the frustration there, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'd rather try to see what we have with our young guys. We brought back Marcus Golden already. He's a veteran presence. Kyler Fackrell's there. I mean, how many edge rushers are you going to bring in here before one of these guys like O'Shane Jimenez and Lorenzo Carter gets no playing time at all? We got to try to develop these guys. So, that's kind of my mindset now. So as far as like it, I know somebody's going to talk about it soon. Jadeveon Clowney. I know somebody in the chat's going to mention it. Davion Clowney, I don't care for him too much for him either. But Lauren, your thoughts?
Yeah, so on the Talkin' Giants podcast, I think Bobby was the one who said, shout out to the Talkin' Giants guys. He said, I forget exactly what he said. He was comparing the stats of Marcus Golden and Yanick Ngakoue. And, their stats were very similar last season, and I think Golden even had better stats with him in some categories. Don't quote me on that. I'm just
no, you're correct.
Vaguely remembering this from a couple
is that
weeks
Golden
ago.
is super underrated by everybody. So what you're saying is probably true.
Yeah. So I was someone who also wanted Ngakoue, the Giants to trade for Ngakoue a lot in the past few months, but it's like Marcus Golden is back with the Giants, and yeah, like you said, they're going to have to pay Ngakoue at some point. Right. And I'm not, when I saw the news this morning, I wasn't upset or anything. I was just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was a good fit for the Vikings. I just thought it was a really good fit for the Vikings. OGR, did you give your thoughts?
No. So as far as somebody in the chat also pointed this out and said, well, what, the Giants should have done this. Why didn't the Giants do this? I mean, it's a pretty simple price, because let's face it, we're not going to be picking 25th or 27th. We're going to be picking probably mid-pack. So that's a coveted pick even in the second round. for the Vikings who want to make that playoff push, who want to make that Super Bowl push, Yanick makes sense. For the Giants, Yanick does not make sense. And that's why I'm glad the Giants didn't pull the trigger on him because, again, Lauren made a good point. His stats are not as good as Marcus Golden, and Marcus Golden arguably had a better year than Yanick, yet Yanick wants to be paid like Khalil Mack. I don't see it. So to me, I'm fine with it. And it leaves us the ability to trade. If we get off to a hot start, it leaves us an ability to trade for somebody that maybe we didn't think about trading or something like that. So yeah.
You heard it here first, man. Golden about to be 10 to 12 sacks this year. I'm claiming that right now.
I hope so,
you
highlighted
that one. I was about to highlight BBS's seniors comment, was actually a good one. We could probably do that one after.
Yeah, I did that after, but I just want to get you guys' thoughts. I mean, just quick thoughts here because this kind of boggled my mind a little bit. You guys know I'm a big critic of Javon Leake. I'm not a huge fan of Javon Leake, but he produced in training camp. He's been producing in the scrimmage, and we let him go. And we keep this Feaster kid who's probably skinnier than I am, okay? And he looks like Donald Pumphrey, the little shifty running back, and he didn't do anything in the scrimmage. We just signed the guy. Why do we keep Feaster instead of Javon Leake? I don't understand it. We had to let go of Javon Leake. I thought he would have been a really good addition to
maybe Feaster's a better special teamer. Maybe not as good as a returner, but maybe he can be used as a gunner.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Maybe he's a better gunner. I'm going to say it definitely has to do with special teams because Leake is a better running back for sure.
I don't know because Javon Leake, I think he won awards for being one of the best returners. And I know Corey Coleman's our returner right now, but it's only a matter of time before Corey Coleman freaking says, "Oh, I'm hurt. I need help." So I don't know if you guys want to pitch in there. I just thought it was interesting why
I was very confused at first, but I don't think they should have been thinking, in my opinion, as Leake as a returner. Maybe they were trying to think of him as a gunner because Cody Core was a really great gunner, and when we lost him, they need to replace that. But I don't know, and with a small move like that, I'm just gonna trust the coaches on that one.
Yeah. Is this the comment you wanted me to see?
Yep.
More importantly, is the second game to see how the adjustments go.
Hey, did anybody scream lag real quick? Just sorry.
Nah.
My screen lag? No.
Oh, it was real weird. I had incredible lag there. You all blacked out. I had spinning circles of death, and then everything came back. So okay.
Nah, bro.
I think you got hacked.
You better check all your credit card information.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good comment.
I'm not worried about it. I'm protected.
That's a pretty good comment by BBS Senior because this is what we were missing last year with Pat Shurmur and the crew. 0 adjustments, whether it's in game or week to week. This is going to be definitely something to keep your eye on.
Yeah, I mean, I hope the Giants are able to do that because if you look at those Super Bowl teams in 2007, I mean, Steve Spagnuolo was known for adjusting on the fly. I mean, he did that in the Super Bowl when watching that sound, mic'd up. Or whatever it is in that Super Bowl. Steve Spagnuolo was constantly changing up how they're going to do things, adjusting to how the other players are playing. So, I mean, I hope the Giants are able to do that because Pat Shurmur, week to week, says, "Oh, we're going to run the ball a lot more. We'll use Saquon a lot more." Never happened. Week 1, the guy averaged 11 yards a carry in week 1 last year, and we used them 11 times. It's ridiculous.
Do me a favor and highlight TSR's comment because you'll get a chuckle.
Let me see.
Shout out to
TSR. What's up? The sports reaction. What's going on? Looky here, 3 Giants fans and Gilbert.
Nah, bro. His name is Oldberg, not Gilbert. It's Oldberg.
I don't understand that reference, but that's okay.
You don't know who Goldberg is, bro?
Huh?
WCW Goldberg?
No, I don't watch that show. I don't watch sitcoms.
That's too young for him. By the way,
this man said sitcoms, OGR.
Whatever it is.
We just gonna
whatever it is. What is it? It's on one of the local channels.
He's BBS. It's okay.
We expect this from BBS. By the way, Kid Blue, Bronx B Squad is not in here yet, but he changed his profile picture from this.
No.
He changed it. So anytime you see the BBS pose now, the new BBS pose is this because this is his new profile picture.
No, why did you change it?
Changed it, bro.
that was the code right there, man. That was the symbol, man. That was a symbol. Edward Chan says in the chat, he says 5'11" to 7'9". I guess he's talking about the record.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'd say around that range. I don't want to say 5-11, but I mean, I guess you can kind of give it that kind of.
You should highlight Nerding Out's last comment. He says Leak went unclaimed on waivers. I think so. We could sign him to the practice squad. I think that there's a chance.
Wait, but has it been that long already? I thought the waivers.
It's literally been 1 day.
Yeah, so I think you get off get off waivers in like 3 days or something like that, right? So but
I will say this though about Leak. Judge kind of did respond today in his press conference, and he did say, that he really liked the young man, and you never know, there could be a practice squad.
Yeah, I understand that, but he said that with plenty of other players already.
Hey, I'm just trying to be positive here. Okay?
Yeah,
okay, BBS. Equally Marion Barber fan.
One thing I will say, I love Joe Judge, but he's still a head coach, and he still says some things that piss me off. It's so cookie cutter, and so like I don't want to actually answer the questions. I'll go around it.
Low key, it's going to start wearing on these Giants beat writers pretty soon, and we're going to start getting negativity after the first couple weeks.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I 100% agree because he's been giving a bunch of the same answers recently.
It's been pissing me off. I'm not going to
lie. Not to interject again. I want to get Lauren's opinion on this.
On his answers?
Yeah, on his answers. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like I feel like you kind of expect it with any head coach. Like, how many head coaches are out there like giving you the good answer, the in-depth answer, the headline answer. I feel like, especially Joe Judge, as he wasn't even, calling out players individually when he first got hired in his press conference. He wouldn't talk about individual players. Like, he's going to handle, I guess, the media his way. And I feel like from the start, I've just kind of, known there's not going to be any, great quotes coming out of his press conferences that are going to make headlines or,
Right. Yeah. It's always.
Oh, and TSR. Yes, we did discuss about that already.
All the fumbles. Yeah, I'm not too worried. TSR. I mean, I know it's a scrimmage, and I know, you barely have to hit the quarterback in those scrimmages. And so I'm still wondering how the hell it happened because the Giants decided just not to show it, just to keep it on the down low there. But the beat reporters reported on it. So I can't get away with that one. But
Nerding Out Sports says Trina and Stapleton both tweeted out today that Javion Leak was unclaimed.
Oh, he was unclaimed. Okay, so I didn't know the waivers cleared that quickly. I didn't know it's been like a day. I didn't know so it's 24 hours then. Is that it? I guess. All right. So everybody's just quiet. But okay.
It is what it is.
I was watching Joe Judge's press conference, and the situation with Blake Martinez arose. I don't know what the hell is going on with Blake Martinez.
He practiced today. He's fine. He got back on the
field. So what the hell happened?
Literally nobody knows. I mean, Joe
Judge was so like cautious about what he said. He's like, I don't want to speak on somebody's injury. I'm like, you speak on everybody.
Yeah, maybe it was a personal thing. Maybe it wasn't. He
said the first thing Judge said was that he was down there working with the trainers, and he said that 2 days in a row. So I'm like, if it's not nothing serious, you probably wouldn't be working with the trainers 2 days in a row. Yeah. Then I also saw a tweet from another Giants beat reporter that said it was just them giving him rest like they did with Evan Ingram and like they did with Ryan Conley in last week's scrimmage, how they didn't let him practice because they were like, he's been going hard for the entire week, so they let him rest. And I mean, he was back today though, and by all accounts it seemed fine. Like he was fine.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so because we kind of paid him $10 million a year to shore up that inside linebacker spot that we need.
Yo, listen, man, knock on wood, this man better stay healthy.
Yeah,
knock on wood. Downs is the man. I know Kid Blue.
This man's been getting so much hype, bro.
I talked about Devontae Downs in my video. That dude can ball. All right, I know he hasn't made a roster.
KB, I'm gonna say one thing, bro. Okay. I know he can ball because he did ball in that scrimmage, but it was a scrimmage, and these are practices, and these is against the Giants, bro.
It's against the Giants.
That's all I'm saying.
You. The hustle he had, he's a big linebacker.
You remember Jay Carlock? That's all I'm going to say. Jay Carlock. Everybody said the same thing about Jay Carlock last year.
No, but he's an edge rusher. He was an edge rusher. That's different, okay? He didn't make...
Yo, they're saying the same thing, though.
That's what I'm saying, Hub. Listen to what I'm saying. Devontae Downs effort that he had to go get Sterling Shepard was awesome. Nobody else was gonna do that. I mean, I don't know who else was gonna do. Probably Blake Martinez, but the effort that he had there, and he had with good coverage skills as well. He was getting in between gaps. He knew what he was doing there. I don't know if he just understands Patrick Graham's defense more than others, because I didn't even think he was going to compete for a starting role at all. Even besides,
listen, no, you need to knock on wood for that. If he's competing for a starting role, that means we're very, very thin at linebacker.
No, he's been playing. No, it's been him and Ryan Connolly. I mean, who did you want to compete? Tay Crowder? I mean, that's.
Listen, I would low-key probably prefer Tay Crowder or TJ.
I like Tay Crowder. I haven't seen too much of TJ, but I like me some Tay Crowder.
Tay Crowder look good.
But can I plug in here real quick?
Yeah.
All right. So guys, I'm looking at how many people are in the chat, and I'm looking at how many likes we have. It's not matching up.
I'm not good at math, but it's not adding up.
If you guys would like to, be a regular of all our channels, links are in the description box below.
Yeah, guys, make sure you guys go into. I forgot to say that at the beginning of the stream, but everybody's link, including Lawrence, is in the description below. Make sure you guys sub up to these content creators. I wouldn't have them on if they weren't good content creators. Just saying, they're good content.
KB would definitely have me on, because he knows that if he doesn't bring me on, I'm gonna expose him as a Cowboys fan on Twitter, on Instagram, and all that, bro.
You're right. You're holding me against your will. You're a trash content creator. I just don't. I'm holding you against
secretly, we got to go down to Florida, get this man drunk, stick a Cowboys hat on him,
exactly,
picture, and hold it over his head.
That's all.
We just need to get into his house, and the closet that's in that room. I guarantee you, there's a Des Bryant jersey in there.
Listen, guarantee it. I can see it. Look, he's still smiling.
Listen, Lawrence probably lost. Okay, but every time we bring up the Cowboys, I always say that they're just going to run away with the division, and they don't like that very much, so they say I'm a Cowboys fan. So,
I was like, I figured it was some inside joke like that.
Yeah, just so you're not lost. Just so you're not lost.
Outside the joke. No, I'm just kidding.
Feel free to pick on him. We all do.
Yeah,
it's all good.
It's all good. It's all good.
What's going on, Nick DeWick?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, some people really just joined the stream. So James C. Cabrales, what's going on, James C? Mr. YTC says, I already seen enough of Ryan Connolly. I haven't yet. I mean, I still want to see more of Ryan Connolly. He made a good play. Huh?
I said we need a bigger sample size.
Right. I love me some Ryan Connolly, and I want to see some more of Ryan Connolly. He had a good play against Levine Toilolo. Levine Toilolo wound up catching the ball, but it was a really good coverage.
Since we're on the linebacking core, let's get Lauren started on the linebacking core, because we haven't really gotten Lauren in here much.
Yeah, I think it's improved from last year. Bringing in Blake Martinez, I feel like had mixed emotions that day, because all the Green Bay fans were saying like, "Oh, he's not that good. We're happy he's not here, blah, blah, blah." But then it's like from a Giants perspective, with where the Giants were with their linebacking core last year and compared to what Green Bay's defense was, you're like, oh, okay, maybe the coverage isn't great, but listen, Ryan Conley, injured last year. I feel like I remember like where I was when he got injured, and I was just like, when we saw that he, torn ACL, and just being like, oh no, like he was showing like so much promise. He looked like he was really going to take a next step. So he's someone I'm excited to see this year, like this season. And of course, Lorenzo Carter, we just talked about, seeing what he can do. O'Shane Zimenez, like just sack wise, like both of those guys sack wise, what they're going to do. And yeah.
What do you think of Blake Martinez, coming in here from Green Bay?
Like that specifically, I mean, like I said, like the Green Bay fans were all like, "Oh no, like, boo, I guys overpaid him, like whatever." But I think it's definitely someone we need in that linebacking core as a player, but also someone who's gonna be like that veteran leader, because young defense. And yeah, I like honestly, like I said, it was an upgrade. It was an upgrade at the position, but like my hopes aren't crazy high, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Listen, 2 things or actually 3 things on the Martinez thing that I said the moment we brought him in. It's an immediate upgrade from Alec Ogletree. Basically, anybody was an immediate upgrade from Alec Ogletree. Bringing in a starting linebacker. Second, he doesn't need to be. I do believe he's going to be pretty good in coverage this year, because I was a proponent, one of the main guys saying that he was misusing Green Bay, and then Blake himself came out and said, yo, listen, they did not use my talents correctly in Green Bay. But even if he's not a good coverage guy, you don't need a good coverage guy, bro. The last good or the last great Giants middle linebacker that a lot of people talk about is Antonio
Pierce,
and he was never a monster in the passing game either. He was just a great tackler and amazing run defender, and that's what Blake Martinez is at the very least at his base. You know what I'm saying? So to add on to that, if he does have the coverage skill, which I believe he does have better than people expect, I think he's going to be really good for the Giants.
A Clutch B-Ball says, and I think that's Noah King. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The Bears?
He says the Bears have Ogletree now. I didn't think the Bears would actually feel like Ogletree was worthy.
Yo, can we just get real quick? The Bears are going 2-14 this year, bro. If there's a team you want to say that's going 2-14, that's the Bears. They got 17 tight ends, -2 quarterbacks because neither of the quarterbacks can play. And goddamn, I don't know what the Bears is doing.
Jimmy Graham,
So you're saying it's a week 2 win?
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
I don't know why everybody's saying it's a surefire loss for the Bears. We're gonna beat the Bears. I honestly think we're gonna beat the Bears.
What do you guys think about that?
Wait, are they on the road for that game? I forgot.
Yes, I believe
they are on the road. Yeah.
Yeah, they are on the road because I made a big deal about it on my schedule breakdown, and I was like, "Why are we playing the Bears in Soldier Field 2 years in a row? Come to our house." Okay? So yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even matter at this point. There's not going to be a crowd, and the weather should be a non-factor at that time.
Yeah, exactly, because it's week 2.
Yeah.
Last year it was in the middle of the winter, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what do you think about that Bears game?
I forget what I've had them on. I forget what I had them doing in my record prediction, to be honest with you. That was a while ago. And it's been a weird year, but I'll give them the win. I think I did give them the win in my record prediction, but I'll go with the win.
Give the Giants the win.
The Giants.
I bet.
The Bears defense still does scare me though.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it
Khalil Mack will always scare me.
Khalil Mack will always scare me. What's up with Roquan? Roquan is still there, so why did they sign Alec Ogletree to play beside Roquan Smith?
Well, they play a 3-4, so I assume.
And then in terms of their secondary is not as good as it was last year, and it's not as good as it was in 2018 either. So their secondary is kind of just decreased the past couple of years.
I'd say their secondary is vulnerable, not bad, but they're vulnerable.
Yeah.
So
it's not. It's not like it's the Eagles where it's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Morosa, I appreciate that, my man. Just call me Heisenberg.
Just call him Olberg, bro.
Well, OGR, what do you think about that week 2 game against the Bears? You think we got
it's a definite win. What else is there to say? Their defense is not as good as it once was. Saquon, a healthy Saquon, was able 2 years ago to run all over that defense, and that's the reason we won that game, in my opinion. So, yeah.
I'd say so as well. And speaking of their defensive backs there, we're talking about their secondary. I want to talk about the wide receivers the Giants have. This has been actually pretty interesting year for the Giants wide receivers. I didn't think anybody was really going to compete too much, in the back end. We've seen a lot of play. Alex Bachman, where the hell did he come from? He's making plays all over training camp. Derek Dillon's coming out of nowhere too. I didn't like him in college. I know he went to LSU. I know he had a 4.29 40. I didn't like him too much, but he's performing, I guess, pretty well. Corey Coleman is healthy. Thank the Lord. Corey Coleman is healthy for now.
Corey Coleman's my guy. Corey Coleman. I'm hoping he has a good year. I really am.
Yeah. I hope Corey Coleman shows out because, he was a first-round pick coming out of Baylor.
I wanted the Giants to draft him.
Yes.
Funny how that worked out.
Quick, bold prediction.
Yeah.
Opening kickoff, Coleman, if we get it, Coleman takes it back.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does. I really would.
I would love that. Coleman's a hell of a returner, man.
He basically picking up where he left off in 2018, where he was the best kick returner in the league that year. Let's compare real quick because they both were the same number too. Corey Coleman's pretty much Ted Ginn. He was a former first-round pick, a decent wide receiver, but a hell of a returner. That's pretty much what his career I think Coleman has a better route tree than Ginn, though.
We'll see, because Coleman coming out of college, he only ran slants and goes. But
listen.
But hey, Coleman is Ted Ginn on this team. What's wrong with that? That's I don't know. Let's say
I'm not complaining about it. Yeah, I'm not complaining about it.
That's 30 catches for 500 yards, probably two or three touchdowns, receiving, and then probably another 4 or 5, or not 4 or 5, but probably 1 or 2 kickoff returns.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying that that's pretty much what you could compare him to. You know, he was a first-round pick. Thank God we didn't spend a first-round pick on him. But you know, he's with us now on some cheap money. And listen, he's a hell of a fourth wide receiver and option, man. He's just a hell of an option there. You know, we have Golden Tate there, Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, then Corey Coleman, and then we get to figure out who's going to be the 5 and 6 guys. I mean, hopefully he stays healthy. That's why I kind of said for Corey Coleman, he should be thanking the Lord up above there was no preseason games, because you know what would have happened there. He probably would have got hurt and tears ACL in the damn preseason games. He's one of those guys. The Giants seem to come up with those type of players every year where they're always hurt in the preseason. But yeah, I mean, Benjamin Victor. Have we even heard of Benjamin Victor in the scrimmage?
Nah, basically.
No, he played in the scrimmage. He just didn't have a very good scrimmage.
Okay.
Yeah.
They did have one pass to him where he had a quick turnaround route, and I think he was either Grant Haley or somebody else.
Grant Haley, right? That was him. Yeah, that was him. I always get confused with him and Derek Dillon because one wears 6, one wears 9, and they're like the same height. So I'm like, I always get confused. But yeah, I mean, I think Austin Mack was there, but he didn't do too much. But there's still competition there, man. So I mean, it's interesting to get your thoughts.
Devin Sills as well. So.
David Sills, yeah, David Sills, man. I mean, is there any guys you guys think is going to make the roster from the back half, whether it be Alex Bachman, Benjamin Victor?
I'm curious on what Lauren has to say on this.
Yeah, Lauren, go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, like, to be honest, I haven't looked too much at, like, you know, the guys that are just going to get on the roster. I don't have any, like, hot takes on this. So, yeah, if anyone else wants to go.
Okay. All right, OGR.
All right, I'll take it then. Everybody knows, I think me, Hub, and Kid Blue all love Benjamin Victor out of Ohio State. I know a lot of people like Austin Mack as well. Right now, if I had to say the guys that are going to make the roster just based on what I saw last night, so Bachman I think is going to be our 5, and it's just really a fight. If we're going to keep 6, it's a fight between Benjamin, Sills, Dylan, and the other guy. Didn't we pick up another one recently? I can't think of his name.
CJ Board. CJ Board had a
CJ Board, yeah.
Yeah, CJ Board.
So it could be, and maybe Benjamin or Sills gets signed to the practice squad. I'd say likely Benjamin over Sills, because even though Sills looks good, you know, you've already had your chance to prove it on the practice squad and you didn't make the roster. So it's going to be interesting here for sure.
Yeah.
For me, it's basically starting off with what OGR said. Yeah, me, you, and OGR were like huge fans of Benjamin Victor. I wanted the Giants to draft this guy in the 6th round. I had us mock to draft him, but that did not happen. Unfortunately, he's not having, or at least according to beat reporters, you know, because we're not hearing much, he's not exactly having an outstanding training camp. I think the 5 is actually going to be David Sills, not Bachman, because Sills has been consistently impressing everybody since basically the beginning of training camp. And I think
I think Sills had a bad scrimmage because I didn't see anything. At least I saw a highlight from Benjamin. Sills did nothing. So I'm just going to point that out real quick. But yeah, you could be right.
That's fine. I mean, Sills, that's what we saw, right? Who knows? Maybe he did do something, but even if he did do nothing, I'm going to go back to the consistency. He's the only wide receiver that's always, you know, every single training camp day that the reporters are talking about and saying that he's impressing. And I think that him not making the practice squad last year kind of benefits him because now he knows, you know, how much harder he has to work, and he's probably using that as motivation. And he has experience with the Giants, at least the organization, as a thing. If we're going for 6, I'm probably, then it's between Bachman and Benjamin Victor, but I think Sills probably is going to really make it.
We're gonna keep 6. There's no doubt in my mind we're gonna keep 6. There's just too many question marks to not keep 6 wide receivers in there. You're gonna have somebody extra there. I would have to say probably I'm gonna give Sills the 5th spot, and Bachman will probably take the 6th spot. It's a crazy turn of events because when we first signed all these wide receivers, I'm here thinking that Austin Mack and Benjamin Victor were gonna light it up and that they were gonna be the guys, no doubt, and all these other guys were scrubs. But you know, Bachman and David Sills are really showing out, and it's crazy because they're like the only white wide receivers on our team right now, and they're showing out. But yeah, as far as David Sills goes, what I like about David Sills, he's pretty much the tallest wide receiver we have with Benjamin Victor. They're the same height at 6'4". What I like from David Sills is that he actually uses his height to his advantage. You know, he'll go up and go grab a tough 50-50 ball whereas
Also, fun fact about David Sills: he used to play quarterback.
Right? Yeah. He was a huge story from West Virginia. Being forced to play wide receiver, similar to like Tate Crowder, who was a running back, going to linebacker. But David Sills actually uses his height to his advantage, actually goes up and tries to moss people, catches those 50-50 balls. But Benjamin Victor, I mean, he doesn't get aggressive. He's not very aggressive. He kind of plays like a slot receiver. Benjamin Victor is 6'4", and what he tries to do is find the open holes in zone. So, I mean, that's pretty much what a slot receiver does. So I don't like Victor's play style too much. That's why I kind of prefer David Sills. What you says is Lauren a Giants fan? Yes, she is a Giants fan. She's a Giants YouTuber, pretty much a New York sports YouTuber. She makes videos about Yankees, Giants, Knicks. So go ahead and check her out, guys. And if I'm not mistaken, you got something going on with the WNBA as well, right?
Yeah, so I was covering. Sorry, that just so loud. I just talked way too loud. I was covering the WNBA last year. I was doing it a little bit this year, but like my schedule kind of got messed up with the games and stuff. Like, it's not in person, obviously, but yeah, last year. But I still do some WNBA videos, so yeah. Yeah,
so you guys go ahead and check her out and subscribe. The link is in the description, as well as everybody else in this TriPOD or roundtable now. Here's Clutch B-Ball. We answered this question a little bit ago because we got some news from Schwartz saying that Giants are linked to Logan Ryan, but Clutch B-Ball, I mean, we kind of went around if Logan Ryan would be a good fit for the team. I pretty much think the consensus would be yes. Let's see here. I'm just going to read off the chat here. Probably got like a good 15 minutes left, guys. Then we'll call it a stream. This is actually a really good stream, too. Wide receiver depth, YTC says 1, Darius Slayton, 2, Golden Tate, 3, Sterling Shepard, 4, David Sills, and 5, Austin Mack. So what happened to Corey Coleman, man?
So do Corey Coleman. Yeah.
I think he assumed Corey Coleman tore his ACL. I mean,
he's probably just like Corey Coleman is only going to be a returner, and that's it.
No, man, I can't have him, man. You
guys shout out to Sabrina in the chat as well, another great supporter of all of us.
Sabrina, what's going on, Sabrina?
And by the way, Mike Nixon, that's no surprise.
Yeah, no surprise there, right? I know you subscribed. Lauren got herself a subscriber today, so she's sadly a Knicks fan like me. Yes, we're all sadly Knicks fans. Besides OGR here, he's a Boston fan. He's a Boston fan. OGR Sports says Yankees, but yeah, guys, go ahead and throw your questions out. If you have a question for Lauren, Hub, OGR, me. Go ahead and throw that out. Or
actually, I have a quick question for Lauren. Are you still sad over the pick selection for the Knicks or where they fell in the NBA draft?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like actually, I was thinking about this earlier today. I was like, I should, look at these prospects some more that the Knicks could draft, and I'm like, I just don't want.
Yeah, right.
It was like I'm so sad over it. Like I was like, yeah, LaMelo Ball or Killian Hayes. Like I think Killian Hayes is going to get drafted like right before the Knicks, like by the Pistons. Like I think that's gonna happen. I don't know. Maybe they trade the pick. That's kind of what I want to happen.
God hates the Knicks.
God hates your owner. And because he hates your owner, you guys fall into
Why can't
he
hate Dan Snyder, bro? Get this man out of here. Why can't he hate Dan Snyder?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I haven't been following the Dan Snyder story so closely. Like the article was like behind a paywall, the first one that came out a couple months ago. But like
this man should have been arrested already.
Why is like no one talking about it? Like
this man should have been arrested already.
Coming out.
Well, so actually. Do you have news? Because I followed the original story, but they said he had nothing to do with it.
But now apparently I heard on the radio that like the cheerleader photo shoot, like he was the one like giving those orders.
Days ago, somebody, whether it was a cheerleader or like another female coworker, came out and then they were like, "There's at least 20 other women that are willing to come out and speak out against them."
Jeez.
Wow.
So I'm like, well, first of all, he should like listen, bro. We all knew Dan Snyder was a scumbag for years now, but this man needs to go.
Yeah, and nothing. I mean, I don't really have hate for the Washington football team, but they're in our division, so I want to see them fail. So I don't
have hate for them either. Like, it's not like I like them, but it's just like, You're there and you don't do anything.
Bro,
we're the only franchise in the NFL with over 100 wins against one team. And it's the Washington Redskins. So,
we sweep them every year. Besides an off year, a couple of years. I mean, we sweep them every
year.
Literally,
no matter how bad we are, we're always better than them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I'm always talking to my man Ed Oliver, the Washington football team YouTuber, and I need to tell him, you need to come to the blue side, man, because he's such a good guy. He's such a good guy. He doesn't deserve that, man.
That franchise is like just messed up, like morale-wise, like morals and.
I can't see a team that's like proud to say. I can't see a team that's so proud to say I'm a Washington football team or I was a Redskins fan. Like I don't know. I can't see it. I can't see how you can be proud to be a fan of that team.
Kid Blue, how close are you with Ed Oliver? Like, do you talk to him on Twitter? Or
me and him are now part of the same network, the FTFN. So me and him talk DMs quite a.
So this would be interesting to get a roundtable discussion next week. Why don't we try and see if we reach out and see if we can get him on next Sunday?
Because next week is the draft.
Oh, next week's the draft. I forgot about that.
Next week's the draft on my channel.
Yeah, that's
what probably do this after OGR on yours.
Hub had to jump in real quick and say, hey.
It's been delayed like 3 weeks now. That's why I'm like, I got to make sure it happens next week.
Oh yeah. So are we full? Are we full on creators for that?
I can check right now. Even if we're not, I mean, I'm fine with filling it up with a couple of our subs.
Who's in it?
Let me check right now. I'm going to ESPN.com.
Because I mean, I don't know if Lauren's into fantasy football, but she's right here, so we can just always ask her.
Yeah, I play. I just have to make sure. What time are you guys drafting? Because I think my
it would be like 8:30 next Sunday.
What, next Monday?
Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Okay, let me just. I have to. My friend just sent me the link for our league, so I just have to double check because.
Yeah.
You know,
oh yeah, there's 2 spots available. So we got
up on my friend's league.
So cool. Currently in it, it's me, Kid Blue, the entertainer, 5Y Football, who's the guy I do the fantasy podcast with, OGR, Pest the analyst. Bad Dog didn't join yet. I don't know what's up with that. He's had the link for a while now. And yeah, there's 2 spots available. So Lauren could join and somebody else. Do not matter.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, there's plenty of Giants guys. Like somebody, like a shout out to him. He's in the chat. Big Blue Jabroni is somebody who comes in my mind.
Lauren, if you switch to the private chat real quick, I just pasted the link.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna copy and paste that. Okay, cool.
I want to.
Yeah, I'll message you guys if it's good to go or if it's not good to go.
Want to give a big shout out to my man Lestat Walton. Man, he helped me make my new logo. So shout out to you, Lestat.
Hey, I'm jealous. I'm jealous, Kid Blue. I'll tell you what, I'm jealous.
You got another new logo?
No, that the logo I have now.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah, but me and him, I mean, shout out to Lestat. That's why I had to give him some merch, man, because he freaking went. I went back because I'm a picky guy. Okay, I'm a picky guy. He would always send me some good prototypes. I'm like, can we tweak this? Can we tweak that? And he just kept working with me for I think a whole week straight, Lestat. And he finally came up with it. I said, that's the one. That's the one. But yeah, big shout out to Lestat Walton, man. Big shout out.
Top my merch, guys. I have best merch.
Everybody go grab everybody's merch.
No, I'm kidding.
I have zero merch right now, but when I do, it's going to be better than these guys' merch. Maybe not Lauren, but these guys, yes.
Yeah, I don't have merch right now.
You're gonna have a tough time topping my stuff, OGR.
Giants Nation said, KB, I've officially landed. Where have you landed? I think you're here. Yes, you landed here. Thank you so much, Giant Nation, for joining in. But yeah, guys, throw on your final comments, final question, guys, for us, and we'll be wrapping this up pretty soon. Yeah, let's see here. Mike Nixon said he wants to be in it. Mike Nixon, I want to give a huge shout out to Mike Nixon because I sent out my FTFN, the network I'm a part of. We did a live stream in there, try to build it up a little bit. And Mike Nixon was so prevalent in there, he was commenting on everything, and he even got notice of Joe, the fantasy football counselor. He noticed him as well. But thank you so much for the support, Mike Nixon. You're awesome, man.
You know what I'm actually thinking about doing?
Because
I got a little bit extra cash to throw up an actual trophy for the content creators. I actually get one made.
OGR, you're going to send me something again? I mean, you don't have to because I'm going to win.
Bro. I'm gonna win. Not the crap that you did, that 20-team league that I literally auto-drafted because I was with my wife celebrating my anniversary?
That was the worst. No, do not speak right now, BBS. BBS, do not speak. That was the worst fantasy experience I've ever had in my life. Last year, Kid Blues Fantasy Football League.
I did it on purpose.
Trash, bro.
I did it on purpose. Listen, if for those of you guys that don't know, Lauren, you probably don't know either. I did a 20-team fantasy league last year because everybody wanted to be a part of this. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to include everybody in there, as much people as I can. And it was the worst fantasy league ever. I mean, there was like third string, fourth string guys starting. Okay, I had terrible players on there, but it added to the fun of the game. Either you got blown out or both of your teams sucked. I mean, it was fun.
Yeah, what were some of those quarterbacks?
Yeah,
yo, I think I had like goddamn. I think I had not Gardner. Who was the starter before Gardner? Nick Foles was
Nick
right.
Foles.
I think
And then when you have a bye week, oh my god, when your quarterback has a bye week.
Listen,
and Sean Alexander has a quick question too before we get too out of control here.
Sean Alexander, should we be interested in Earl Thomas? I say no. I say
no.
Nah. Oh, are you frozen? I think you're frozen, Lauren.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Lauren's
yeah, I just kind of zoned out. Am I frozen?
No, you're back. You're back.
You're frozen?
Should we be interested in?
No, I don't think.
It was kind of funny when you were frozen because it looked like you were about to sneeze. So
probably.
Giants Nation, that is indeed true because I couldn't find diehard Giants fan on Twitter, but I found you instead. It's all right though.
Oh dang! You were a mistake. That's funny.
Oh my god!
But yeah, I mean that I'm probably never gonna do that fantasy league again because it frustrated me. I spent so long just to find a wide receiver.
Bro, you should have done what I did this year. I have like three 10-team leagues.
I started Alexander Madison was actually a pretty good sleeper. The backup running back from Minnesota, but he was my starter.
I remember I took Devin Singletary and you were like, damn, you took the guy I wanted.
Yes. I mean, and then I had Chubb.
What's not mentioning Devin Singletary because it's like, I mean, he's not a sleeper now, but it's not a running back everybody's thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. I think also in the fantasy team, the kind of quarterbacks that were starting, I think somebody had Kyle Allen throughout the whole entire season. I think
it was me because I think
it
was terrible trades.
Yeah, and I think Mike Nixon, if he's still in the chat, he was begging me because all he had was Marcus Mariota, and Marcus Mariota got benched.
Oh no, yeah.
So he was begging me to trade Marcus Mariota. I was like, oh man, I think I had Marcus Mariota. I traded Marcus Mariota to him, and then Marcus Mariota got benched, and then he had no quarterback. So I think that's how it went. Bradley's yelling at somebody. He's saying
he's yelling at me, bro. He wants, and I think it's my PPR or non-PPR, whatever league it is. I have CMC, and he wants CMC from me so bad. He's begging me to accept his trade. I'm not trading CMC, bro. I'm sorry.
If you have CMC, you're pretty much set this year, man. Just if you're in a PPR league, is that your PPR?
I'm checking right now.
If that's PPR, you're set.
No, it's non-PPR. I'm still set non-PPR though.
That's check. That's like 100 points on receptions alone. I mean.
Let's see.
Edward Chance says, I watched the Fantasy Football Counselor. Yeah. Okay, so I think Dollar Beer has a question. Hopefully it's not. Okay, so she says she got
it is indeed a PPR league.
Was that ice cream you made in one of your videos really good, or were you capping?
Honestly, like I was super hungry, and I was expecting it to taste like terrible. It tasted like chocolate. The texture was weird. I didn't eat it again after that video. I had some left over, and I was like, no, I don't want it. But like, the first 5 bites were definitely like, ooh, this is better than I expected.
So you made ice cream?
The Tom Brady like avocado ice cream.
Oh, okay.
But it's not green.
It's not green?
It's brown.
It was brown avocado ice cream?
So like it didn't look appetizing.
Oh,
bro, the
but
only
it wasn't
time I made
terrible.
ice cream was in middle school for a science class. And it
I
tasted
think
terrible.
I did that too. Like in the bag.
Yeah, in the bag. It was like in a Ziploc bag. Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess I didn't have a great high school. I don't know, elementary school experiences you guys did. I think I made slime one time and it was terrible. It smelled terrible.
Oh wow, smell! Oh my God, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, slime, bad. BBS draft Nick Gates if he could. No, I would not draft Nick Gates if he was.
Oh, I'd get him to draft Nick Gates. I'd give him like a 50.
if Nick Gates played tight end, if Nick Gates played tight end, he would be eligible to be draftable.
Hey, what if low key he's like our extra, like they put in like Spencer Pulley at center, and then Nick Gates low key has good hands, so he's an extra lineman on the goal line. He gets like 2 or 3 touchdowns, and he becomes tight end eligible.
And then we would see Giants media just go, "Oh my God, he's our next tight end! Great, yes."
Yo,
now I can't wait till you rock that 65. Honestly, it's gonna be.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just waiting for it to come in.
Hey, if low key, if you get it before the draft, which you might, you gotta wear it for the draft.
Okay, where is it coming from? USPS? Because I work for the USPS. I'll take it.
Okay, buddy. Thank you. That was my kid coming.
What delivery service is it coming through?
I have to double check. So I have to double check.
Hopefully it's coming to the post office because I can
grab it. By the way, you actually I text you and I told you, but it's my last name because I couldn't get your last name to actually put to the address.
Oh, dang. So, was it that difficult? My name's kind of sucks. Yeah, I know.
No, you didn't text me in time, and I was like already in the middle of the order, and it was like, hey, you got 30 seconds to make this order. I'm like, boom, and I was like,
you could have just put KB or Kid Blue or whatever. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
I don't think they would take Blue as a last name, but
no, they do. Trust me, man. I've seen, there's been some kinky names. I work for the post office. Okay, there's some crazy kinky names that I've delivered to that I don't even want to know where the origin comes from. Okay.
Yo, so this is the trade offer that Bradley offered me for Christian McCaffrey. He's gonna give me Mark Andrews, Kareem Hunt, and Carson Wentz, but he wants Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle, bro. No.
What? All that. If he gave you all that for CMC, okay, I would think about it. But all that and those two, come on, that's a rip.
You're talking about the top, the top performers in each position is George Kittle and.
I ain't gonna lie, but I lucked out. George Kittle was sitting there. I'm like, I don't know how nobody took him yet. I'm taking him.
Where'd you draft him at? What
how do you check? It was like the 4th or 5th.
Damn, he lasted that long.
Yeah.
I remember last year in our 20-team draft league, I had to take Travis Kelce like in a 2nd round because everybody was grabbing up all the good players.
So you wanted to make Dollar Beer's question the last one of the night. He says,
Super Bowl
predictions.
Man, it's too early to tell, man. This whole pandemic thing that everything is going on, I don't know.
I'm crazy, Kid Blue, because I am.
Listen, I'll say Chiefs and whoever the hell comes out the NFC.
That's literally what I was gonna say.
Yes, exactly.
I'd say Ravens and whoever comes out the NFC.
I see. I don't like Lamar Jackson. I don't like him, man.
I do like. The only reason I'm saying Ravens is because I don't want to say Chiefs. That's it. To be honest, Chiefs are coming out.
So the Chiefs are the new team to hate.
No, I don't hate. I didn't say that. I'm just like, I don't want to say Chiefs. I want to say Ravens.
See, I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind if the Chiefs become a dynasty.
They're in the perfect position to repeat more than any other team before.
Right. I don't mind if they can become a dynasty. I really don't. But I want the Giants to come out the NFC. But in the AFC, I really don't care if they become the new team instead of the Patriots. I just don't. Every time I look at the Patriots, I just don't like it, man. I just hate them. So I just want to see somebody else take over. But you guys' thoughts? OGR, you said you wanted to get crazy. Get crazy.
Yeah, I want to get crazy. I'm just going to throw 2 random teams out there. I'm going to go Broncos and Packers.
Broncos and Packers. That's crazy.
I'm go crazy. I'm going off the chain.
So
just for the hell of it.
So
you want a legitimately crazy one, bro? I got you. I got you with the Raiders versus the Falcons.
My God.
Do you want the craziest one?
Go ahead.
Giants, Jets. No, I'm just kidding.
That's crazy, but I would kill. Kill to see that.
That was a joke. Everyone's gonna be like, "What a take! What a bad take!" It was a joke.
It better be against the Ravens if we go to the Super Bowl this year. Revenge.
Well, yeah, right from 2000. But I'm not gonna lie, I would not mind Giants versus Jets like a Snoopy Bowl, like the actual Snoopy Bowl in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yo, I don't know where that game's playing. I'm going.
Yeah, I pay the what is that?
I think it's
the Sam ticket. I'd pay it.
I want to say it's LA. It's either LA or Vegas, one of the new stadiums.
I'd pay.
For what, next year? Not this year, but next year.
I think that team would be there, so I think it'd be safe to go. Be honest with you, by then.
Let's see here. Afghanistan said, "Oh yeah, that reminds me. Where my mail, Kid Blue? You need to tell your friends at USPS I got a packages." See, what we like to do at USPS is that if we don't like you, we kick your package, and it's probably somewhere over there. So, yeah, it's probably broken. Just like Jim Carrey and what was it? Ace Ventura. It's going downtown. But yeah, guys, that's gonna conclude the TriPOD with our special guest Lauren from SheGotSports. Any final thoughts from you guys? Lauren, I'll start with you since you're the guest. Any final words, or if you want to plug in your channel, if anything?
Final thoughts. I hope the Giants aren't bad this year. I'm not necessarily saying they need to be good. I just hope they're not bad. I hope it's like games where I'm not heartbroken, but I'm like able to sit through them without being upset. You know, I'm not asking for too much, and I hope we see some Daniel Jones improvements. And yeah, go subscribe to my channel is my plug at SheGotSports.
Guys, subscribe to SheGotSports. Good. OGR, good. You go.
All right. So thank you for Lauren, and thank you to the TriPOD working with me as usual. But really, not much to say. You know, let the season begin.
Let the season begin. Hub.
I mean, as usual, thank you all for tuning in. Everybody in the chat, shout out to all y'all. Afghanistan, Edward, Giants Nation, Dollar Beer, Bradley, literally everybody in here. Mike Nixon. Mike with an interesting question. Am I doing the watch party on my Discord? I am, but I'm also going to be editing a video, so I'm probably going to be in and out of the Discord, but you can tune in if you want. I usually do NBA watch parties in there. Thank you all for tuning in, man. Shout out for having me on, KB and OGR, another great episode of the TriPOD, and shout out to Lauren for coming on as a special guest. Sub all of these dudes up. Including Lauren, I'll do that up. But check out my skit. I'm reminding you one last time.
I'm gonna go check out the skit after.
Yeah.
I mean, after we go we take it off live. Somebody could just share the screen and we'll watch it together. If you guys count that. But yeah, do all that.
All right, so yeah, my final thoughts, guys. Thank you everybody for joining in. Thank you for Lauren for coming on. OGR, the hub, always a pleasure working with you guys. It's been a great stream. The chat was live. You guys are awesome. That being said, I mean, nothing else to say but go Giants. So I'll see you guys in the next stream.
Woo!